are live and on time. And I see a couple people in the chat who will say hello in 1 second because today I have guests. And we will chit chat about something that happened last week. I will roll the clip for you because I watched those two ladies talk last week and I thought that it will be cool to have a conversation about it here on YouTube as well. So I will roll the clip and then we will be the three of us on the screen.
It turned out gorgeous. So what made you even go there? I guess
I think sometimes taking the risk.
Taking the risk.
I experiment a lot and I try things. And I know in the art world, especially in the mixed media world, there's always black or white gesso. So if it doesn't work, but at the same time, I have enough confidence in myself that if it doesn't do what I want it to do, I can change it. It
can do something else, right?
Exactly. It is just paint. So many creatives and artists out there are so scared to make a mistake that they don't allow themselves that opportunity to learn. Step back. If you remember that artist is still like a little child, and children are not afraid to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Children are not afraid to try and experiment because that's how they learn. When did we stop giving ourselves that opportunity?
Yeah.
So if my pink airship is a total disaster, well, we'll see where she goes from there because next week we have the opportunity to put it all together and see if it works or change it if it doesn't.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I feel like I'm still trying to find my voice, what I really like to do or want to do. And so enjoying my time watching you and learn some things from you and anyone else. It's a way for me to pick up little techniques and hopefully with all of that, all of the learning, I'll find my voice. And so I'm kind of waiting for that to happen. Maybe this is just my voice. I don't know. Who knows? But I guess I'll find that out along the way.
Sure.
And sharing your art and your love of it with us the way that you do, I really appreciate it. And I've learned a lot from you. So thank you.
Okay, and we have two ladies on the screen. That conversation really did something for me. And, the expression that you use, finding your voice, I thought that it's a really, really cool topic. And, and I would like to continue that because as you could see, Giovanni had other stuff to talk about, and he finished the conversation when actually for me it just started. So guys, we have Teri, Dreamwood Butterfly, and Bellinda. We have a lot of people on the chat, more than usual. I'm shocked. Something happened.
Hello, everyone.
So yeah, let's talk about having your voice, finding your voice, because every time when I feel like I found my voice, I feel that I stuck at the same time and I have to look for another one.
Yeah, I mean, when I was talking to Bellinda, it kind of hit me that I really feel like I'm experiencing so many things with all of you. You're all such different artists, and that's wonderful. And sometimes I feel like I have not found my voice yet. I like a lot of things, and I know we all do, whether it's art journaling in a book or making tags or cards or whatever it might be, or the 3D assemblage things that you both are so great at. We can all like it all, but there's something that makes you guys uniquely you. You know, Belinda, you have a way with, I don't know, with the papers. There's something about you. I always think of you and paper. And it was even before Lady Vagabond. I feel like
Okay.
you do like to put these designed papers into what you do. And so it's something that I consider uniquely you.
I think
You're really
sometimes
good at
it
things. And so I
you almost
just haven't found that yet, that unique thing that makes me me.
I think for me, sometimes I don't even see what other people see in me. Um,
Mhm.
I'm just so busy being me that it's one of those crazy things. Um, and I have learned so much from so many people over the years. I mean, I quite openly say that Tim Holtz has been one of the people that I have learned the most from. He has been so
Get
general.
the
When
most stash from your
oh
collection of
yes,
people stuff is
I have an
amazing.
unabashed addiction to collecting his stash.
Yeah, I think most people got into it. I mean, a lot of us. He was kind of the
And
catalyst.
he's just so free with his knowledge and his, he shares so much, on his YouTube lives and things like that he's done for years. I started way back with him when he was doing the 12 tags of Christmas, when he started right at the beginning, and he did those for 10 years. So, I think it's a case of I've been very hungry for knowledge and hungry for information and how to use products. And then once I have that information, it's I play around with it until it sits right with me. So I'm hungry for constantly getting and trying new things. So for example, yes, now I work for Stamperia, and they have an incredible range of products. But the first thing I do when something new comes out, for example, when crackle paint comes out, I will buy every crackle paint I can get my little hands on, because they all work differently and I need to know the hows and the whys. I'm kind of a technical person. So if I can understand the technical capabilities of a product, then I know how to push it. And then it's just up to playing and experimenting. And as we were saying, and Olga picked up in the clip, I'm not afraid to make mistakes. I'm not afraid to try again. I'm not afraid to have a complete disaster on my plate, because I've always found that
Can't
I learn
decide.
more. I learn far more from my mistakes because I remember those. Um, if everything went swimmingly smoothly, I probably wouldn't have learned so much.
But like I have so many cases when I actually liked my piece and I fucked it up and I didn't like it and I tossed it away and I remember those works that I tossed away, those hours spent on the project that I had to toss away, because if it doesn't spark joy, then what's the point? So if it's too frustrating to pull it off, I will just start over and skip the step that I tried, I did wrong, and I will never revisit the technique that failed me, because I'm too scared that again I will spend hours upon hours on figuring out stuff, and then I will have a fail. We had a comment from Shamela. You are not alone, Teri. I dabble in a variety, and often I feel it's not good enough because everyone else's work is so amazing. Are you kidding me, girl? Yesterday I was blabbling to Bella how amazing your albums are and how I cannot wrap my mind around the fact that your waterfalls. I did couple and none of them did not work. I'm just incapable of doing like
But I think that brings me
water.
back to what I was saying when Terry and I were chatting is, why are we so hard on ourselves as adults? Why do we expect everything to work perfectly every time?
Yeah.
Who taught us that? Who told us that we had to be perfect? Who told us that just because we adults, grown-ups, because we've reached a certain age, I don't know. When did that freedom to
when we became
fail?
adults, that's what the problem was. As
I'm
children,
so not an adult.
Yeah,
There's
I
adulting
also
businesses for the
I
birds.
also I also don't think that I would qualify as adult. Maybe, with the ID, yeah, but I use it only to buy alcohol. And in all the other cases, I'm not adult at all.
no, but Belinda had said something about, kids are they're so open, and they don't, they have no fear.
Yep.
They'll do anything, and that's why they do so much. And they sometimes, they say you ask a child a question and you'll get the right answer, you get the real answer, because they have no fear to just speak and do. And but as adults, we've got all of this life stuff that piles on us that probably adds to the reasons that we become afraid of things, or a little more hard on ourselves than we should be. I don't think I'm not hard on myself at all. And I just feel like I want to find the thing, and I think I am. I think doing enough little things, I find I'll do something, I'm like, I really like this. I look forward to doing this again.
Yeah, and that feeling, like I
You know,
love feeling when I do something and either I know it will turn up amazing because I usually use the same techniques. Like lately, I tried weird splotchy rust painting technique from Belinda, and I was surprised that it worked out for me as well. I was seriously surprised that it did work out and that it did turn out well, because usually I'm too fussy, That's why I never finished the project on the live stream, because I will add and I will have to think about each step, because
yeah.
time is wasted in those works that I don't finish because they already look like, no, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't feel, if I'm doing something and I don't feel this, it's gonna be awesome, then it will not do it for me. I will be not able to finish it.
Yeah. I yeah, I think I just want to. I was talking to Olga last night, or this morning, or whenever that was, Olga.
It had to say it was within 12 hours from now.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know, her and I, we've talked for a while, and I've kind of been on and off about, do I want to do a little YouTube channel?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You do want to do a YouTube channel because it will
Right.
give
Oh,
you,
really?
yeah, it will give you a new outlet to, test stuff out. And, YouTube channel at the beginning, it was very encouraging for me, especially before I reached this 1,000 subs that you need to stream live back then, before we discovered this amazing program. And we had Nunu joining. I post the link. Okay, we have Nunu. I will add Nunu and finish my thought. Okay, Nunu, you are on the screen.
Hello, girls.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm just listening on you, and it's resonating so much in me, especially today. I think maybe what I have to say will resonate in someone else.
Say
Because
it,
as you
girl.
know, a couple of days ago, or it was yesterday, no, yesterday, Lindy's Lane launched my colors.
Yes, out of space. Even
But
green is amazing.
listen what happened to me. I think we really have a problem. At least me, I have a problem. Is that I add so much pressure in me that I block myself. I got my samples since 2 months ago and I couldn't create anything with my colors. I was so frustrated thinking, come on, my colors don't work. They don't work together. This is crap. What I have done, what I'm going to sell to people. And I reached the limit. Like I was this close to tell the boss, don't do it. Stop it. You know, because I couldn't create anything. And on the other hand, I was with Martina, that she is part of the team and she has been helping me developing this color. And she was like crazy creating so, all kind of stuff. I was so frustrated that I couldn't work with my colors. And it didn't happen only with that. It also happened to me with the stencils, with the chipboards, with anything I design. And it's because I put so much pressure in me.
Yeah, I
Nobody
have
is
to
telling me.
say that your inner critic is stronger than mine, and mine is really asshole. And often I do something that is decent, maybe not masterpiece, but it is decent. And I hear that stupid voice inside my head, like, oh my god, it's such a shit. It's nothing comparable with the last work or with your best work. And yeah, it holds me back. It holds me back also from releasing products with my name, because it put an extra pressure, like Bella, she's doing at least one, sometimes two, three, or four projects with her line constantly since couple months. And I have no idea how she do it, because I look at my products so long before anyone else will see them. When they are out there, I'm already bored with the design, with the color scheme, with the palette, and I feel that my artworks are not the best ones to show my stuff.
But it's not only with the things we design, it's with everything. Like when you are in a design team, it happens to me a lot with Antoni's stuff. I have seen so many amazing things with Sir Vagabond that I'm not able to create anything. I just can't. And it happened to me all the time. Even if I'm not creating for a team and I just want to do something and I have an idea, sometimes I look there on Instagram or Pinterest and I see so many amazing stuff and I believe I cannot do it. I think, okay, I still have a lot of learn and I cannot do it so good. I can't. I just can't. And nobody is putting that pressure on us. It's just
Yeah, it's like finding your voice. I would have to pick one, because like I have a lot of them in my head, and most of them are not nice voices. Are like, it's not as good as someone else's work. The worst one is the one that tells me that it's not even comparable with your last work. You shouldn't put it, you shouldn't post it, even if the work is actually decent and I had fun creating it. When it's not up to my standard that I made up for myself, only me, myself, and I, it's hard to put it out there. And
But I think this is something that I learned when I was teaching. So I have taught art, but I'm talking normal acrylic painting art
yeah,
for
fine
20
art.
years.
That
Fine art.
is coming
And
back to Belinda's channel soon.
you wish. Keep trying. And so I learned that when people walked through my door, most of them hadn't picked up a pencil, a paintbrush since preschool, junior school. I don't know, schools are called different things across the world. And I'll just keep talking above the banner.
Yeah, sorry, but
And
comments, I cannot resize the size, and I want
it's
everyone
fine.
to see them.
And the thing that I learned the most was that most people came to me once they had retired. So art was something that they put on the back burner. They loved it at school. It was something they enjoyed. Some of them might have done it even until matric, until high school, end of high school. But, in the world out there, art is not deemed worthy to make money from. So people go off and they become accountants and hairdressers and
whatever else that they can do to earn a living. And then they retire, and now suddenly they've got all this time on their hands, and they think, oh, I'll go back to that thing that I loved. But they've forgotten, not how, because it's like riding a bicycle. It takes a little while, and you get back on that bicycle and you're off. But as I keep bringing up, somehow between being a child and being an adult, you lose the freedom to do that, to be creative, because somehow the pressures of I know for some people it's the cost of the product. So some people get put off because they've bought that special embellishment and it cost them X amount of dollars, and it's too precious to put on a project.
Oh my God,
so
we should
they
make
hoard
a
it.
drinking game from it. Like, if you ever, I would be every time when Bella will put any of those arguments, I feel for it. Here's the box with very precious embellishments that never will be used.
Exactly. So firstly, we buy stuff that we never use because it's too precious, and no project is ever good enough. And I keep saying to people, well, why did you buy it? What brought you to release those hard-earned pounds, euros, rands, dollars, whatever currency you're in? You handed that over to the shopkeeper or Amazon, and now you've got it in your hot little hands, but it's too precious. And I find that in that case, some people find that is part of the block. And then it's just learning to let your proverbial hair down. It's learning to actually just let go of all those things we've been told that we have to be. We have to be responsible. We have to be, and the expectation as an adult to make everything work perfectly, because in the job world, there's no time for mistakes. You have to do your job well. And that seems to sort of flow over. And so to get back to what Teri is also saying about finding your voice, I dabble in everything. I think, it's like if I had to throw out there some well-known artists' names, I'm not talking in the craft world now, I'm talking just generally, like if I say the Mona Lisa, so, and if I say Van Gogh, you'll immediately think, so those are like well-known things and well-known artists and styles that are out there. And it's the same in the craft world. You've got your Finneberg, your Tim Holtz, there's lots of different styles out there, and you will recognize those. But not everybody can be that recognizable. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm quite happy to dabble.
There's nothing wrong with that.
What's wrong with that? Why, unless you are trying to be that designer that stands out from the crowd, it's very hard. And that's one of the reasons that my mom said to me when I wanted to be a fine artist when I left school. She said it's incredibly difficult to make money as a fine artist, because unless you find that one little niche that nobody else has thought of yet and stand out from the crowd, it's going to be very hard to make money from that. So that's why I studied graphics. Because for me, it was still creative. And look at me now. I found a way to stand out from the crowd. It doesn't have to take you, like, there's no time limit. That's the other thing. There's no time limit on finding your voice of what works for you. I'm nearly 50. I left school 30 years ago. That's when I wanted to be a fine artist.
That makes me feel weird.
But sometimes too, I think I'm sitting on a different side than you wonderful ladies. You guys know your voice.
No.
I'm not sure if I found it, because it changes all the time.
That's true. It can change. I don't know, but I guess maybe confidence in what you're doing, to do what you do, Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. But what also just occurred to me, is it possible, and I don't know for myself, I come to all of you to learn, right? Whether it's a master class that I take with one of you, whether I'm patron on someone's Patreon, or a member on their YouTube channel that I enjoy their tutorials and things like that. Is it possible that maybe I'm overloading myself
Yes.
with so many, okay, so I'm going to go to this tutorial and this class and this one. And I do all of those projects and I love doing them, but I don't know that I give myself time to do something on my own.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
saying, okay, I learned this and now I got to do that project because I learned it and now I want to do it. But then, I work full time during the week. So my art time is limited. I don't
See,
have
again, YouTube channel would solve that problem because you would like to do something that is you. Because
You can say no to her, Terry. You can say no.
in my head, you are doing all the good things. You are trying everything, and everything that you enjoy doing is perfectly fine. I try as many things as I can, but most of them do not work.
something that I'm learning.
But I think, Terry, I will tell you what worked for me. I started for a reason. And that reason is the thing you don't have to lose sight of. You need to remember why you started, because that thing is what makes you happy. So whenever I doubt myself, or I feel stuck, or I think I'm not good enough, I think why I start doing this. And I hold to that. So all the things you are doing now, all those classes you are taking, all those videos, those tutorials, those projects you are making, those are tools to fill you. But what you started is only inside you. No one else know. So find that. That is your inner voice.
Mhm.
What if the inner voice is changing? Because I went through so many things. I didn't prepare any pretty slideshows or anything like that, but I had the phase when I was doing Russian style cards, very full, very dimensional cards. Then I switched to mixed media and it was only shabby chic, shit ton of flowers, laces. Yesterday, I told Lalavi that I love laces, and she was shocked that I could ever use the lace. The truth is that since 1 year or so, I didn't use it, but it was my favorite thing to put the lace in the background and put the white gesso on everything. And
But
when I got picked up on white gessoing stuff, everything was white gesso. Then I
okay,
get hooked up on waxes, and everything had to be wax.
I think you are mixing things. One thing is which one is your style, and the other thing is your inner voice. All those things have something in common, that is being creative. You love create with your hands things that didn't exist before. That is your inner voice, and that is what is making you happy. No matter what you are
What
creating,
it
you are
is, you're right.
happy while you create. It's
I have
different from
way too
which
many
style
inner
or what
voices.
kind of thing you like to do.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
everyone
feel
doesn't
that
matter what
everyone
you
has
want to do.
the
You're right.
inner critique. I love how Belinda is going over hers because it seems not existing. I never had that person saying like, "Oh, I created something, but it's a crap." No, she would be like, "Oh, I did something. I don't like it yet. So I will put it aside and let it sit. I'm not able to do it. If it's aside, I will poke it all the time. I will poke it, paint it. I will be tempted to mess with it until it's look horrible because I'm trying everything to rescue those hours put in the project. So basically, I'm just throwing the noodles and trying to make them stick. They don't want to stick, and
No,
it's
I
getting
would love
worse and worse. And it's also my inner voice. And sometimes I think that that one is the loudest of them all. Like, do something with it. Come on. Come on. It cannot lie like that. You have to fix it. How you can have this disgusting thing laying here when you have so many nice pieces on the wall? Come on.
But did you realize that for something to be amazing, you need some things around that are not so amazing, so that thing can
so that
shine
that
for
thing
the
can be amazing.
others.
That's so true.
I I always aim for that feeling that, like, yeah, it's good. I did a good job. I like it. And that's the ultimatum, because usually the things that I really like and I really feel for, they will be not the most popular ones, with followers, with YouTube views. But I choose to ignore that. I'm just letting everyone know that I'm ignoring that, because as long as it makes me happy, it sparks joy, it continues this crazy adventure that just makes me run in my little hamster wheel.
Yeah,
But I think, Teri,
I think
once
I
you find the time, it's difficult when you are working to, as you say, you are choosing to learn now. So I'm looking at what you're doing and I'm thinking that's awesome, because you're taking the time that you have and you're investing it wisely. You are learning from the people who you want to learn from, and you're taking their advice on board. And eventually, when you retire and you've got that time that we all desperately want, you will have a whole arsenal of information out there. And the fact that you actually take the time to do the projects, you know how many people take those classes and never make the projects?
You
So
poking me. You poking me. I will finish those two projects from the classes that we went together. They just have to rest. They almost done.
So I think for me, I think you're on a winning streak already. And that you must just give yourself time, and you will find that certain things will sit with you, certain things you'll go, was interesting, but no, it's not for me. And eventually you will find something that works for you. You'll find products that you like, you'll find styles that you like, you'll find techniques that you like. And I think a lot of it boils down to time. I didn't get that.
I said I need to find that thing before I buy everything in the store trying to find it.
But it's your way. We will put the hold on that. I will have to remember that. The finger will try to remind me, because we have comments that I missed. So, yeah. For example, I do Vasily's classes, but I use his ideas to make it my own. I learned the technique and incorporate it into my own style. They don't always work, and there is a lot of obstacles asking the way.
Okay.
And wait. The next one was, I bought papers and decorations over 10 years to use for the special project. The special project never came until recently. I used my things without thought I felt really. I gave mine away. I wasn't able to force myself to use all those treasures. I gave them to your friend that was just starting scrapbooking.
And she's having fun with them, because
yeah, so
they're not precious.
I gave somebody a kick start, because what you are doing now, Teri, it took me, I will show you later on Instagram my first words, and I will space them in the longer periods of time, so you will see the progress. Because the progress you are making, yes, you are doing a lot of classes and a lot of different projects, but your progress is very fast. probably you don't see it, but because I follow you, so I see the progress in your works. That uh, it's not about if they look pretty or if I like them, because everyone have the personal taste. But I see that from the technical point of view, they are better and better and better. And probably when you're attending the class, some of the steps, when you are doing them, you don't need the instructions for them because you already know what you have to do.
Yeah, I will
You
tell you
are
something
learning
that
those techniques and buying a lot of things. There is nothing wrong with that. When I get into
yeah,
mixed media, I was buying absolutely everything, like
Mom,
Belinda said, to test it out,
no
to
problem
compare.
buying stuff.
If I prefer, if my cracking paste will crack when I heat it or naturally. I want it translucent or I want it white. You will not know until you will try. And to try, usually you have to buy shit ton of products.
yeah. I would like to add something to that. Olga just told you that you have improved a lot and you are growing with all those classes, all those projects you are doing, and you don't realize. I will tell you something that happens to me every time I go to Barcelona to teach classes. I have two ladies that always come to my classes. Not only to my classes, they go to every possible classes on earth because they are retired, they are rich, and they can do it. So they do it. I don't have to explain my next step in the class because they already know. Maybe not the step, but they know how to make it look the same.
Right.
So I always go to the side of her side, their side of the table, and I'm like, okay, I was not going to use that product, but well done, girls. They actually leave the table and go to the store and buy stuff to put in the project because they think I'm going to use that. And they are so fast doing it. And it's because they already have that knowledge without
Right.
knowing it, without noticing. And the only thing I wanted to say about all those pretty things you buy, Olga, and you never use, because I had this same conversation yesterday with a friend. Like, no, I don't buy these Finever metallic embellishments because they are so expensive, and then I don't want to put them in the project. And I was like, okay, you bought them because you saw them in a Finever project and you said, wow, they look amazing, and you bought them. Come on, use them in your project and they will look amazing. They won't make your project amazing. They will look amazing in your project. So use your stash, Olga.
I do use my stash. My problem is not like I'm buying something and it's too expensive to use. All the little beads that are in the most precious box, they are not most expensive ones. They are ones that I have the most attachment to. Either I found them or I got them. I think that couple of things are like Tim Holt stuff, but I didn't bought most of them. Most of them I either swap or get from someone for the special occasion. I have like 5 of those little clocks from Tim Holtz, pocket watches, and one pack is put aside because it was the birthday gift. How I can use it? I used multiple packages, but that particular one, I got it from my friends for my birthday. It goes to this special project that might come tomorrow or couple of years from now. I know it will happen because it's not the financial bound. It's just my emotional bound with that particular item, and I found a solution for that. I'm swapping stash currently with Lalavi. Lalavi is on the chat. So we're sending each other, random stuff from the collection just to mix stuff a little bit, just to bring something new.
Sometimes
And
I'll buy 2 of something because I know the inventory in the stores is eventually going to go away on this item or whatever. So even though I may not have a use for it at the moment, I'm like, in 8 months when I want to use it, I
There
want
is
to
that.
know. You go to the store and they're out of stock. there are things that you ladies do. Oh, Belinda, you did something the other day, and I swear I went to the store and everybody was out of stock. And I'm like, everybody that was in here went and grabbed whatever it was you were working on.
Wait, because I have to put the plug in because the girl forgot about the power. Okay, yeah, we are safe.
Yeah, sometimes I buy little some things just to, because I know they're popular. They're not going to stick around very long. So I want to make sure I have it.
But it's nothing wrong with that. You're talking to the person who is so scared that Tim Holtz Beatles will be out of stock. I bought like 4 packages, each one in different store.
But I have to say, more and more lately, the thing I tend to get excited. I'm happy with myself, let's say, when I just either open a blank journal page or, I don't know, pick up a wooden box or something and make it into something without really having a game plan, without just sitting down and saying, okay, I'm going to try to play with acrylics paint today and just do something. And those things I tend to like the way they turned out because they were on a whim. There was no pre-planning to it. It was just something.
And that would make an awesome YouTube content because I love to watch videos like that. They motivate me. Your chit chat with Belinda motivated me to try some stuff. Right now, I'm constructing the boat since 3 days from chipboard. And I almost gave up today at 6 a.m., but then I decided to give it another try.
Maybe you were sleep deprived? Maybe?
No, I think that just precision part is the one that I'm failing because I'm eyeballing everything and I'm supposed to have a correct measurement so everything will just go nice together and I will not have to wiggle in the difficult areas like, oh my God, we have a gap here and let's put the clay inside. Nobody will know. I will mask it off.
I want to ask you something, Belinda. Do you ever...
What did you say, Luna? No, go ahead.
I want to ask something to Belinda. Do you ever surrender? Like, okay, this is not working. Something else.
To be honest, it doesn't happen to me often. No.
Oh, come on.
Sorry, it doesn't. But that's what I was also saying to Teri.
And then
remember, I cannot do Teri's day job. You put me in Teri's day job, whatever that is, it would so not happen.
Oh my God.
I've got
already
30 years of experience of pure art. That's all I have done since I've left school is something creative. That is where, and there's a book that you'll often hear me talk about. I don't often talk about it online. I don't even know who the author is. I can't remember, but it's called The Outliers. And in that book, they talk about what makes a person brilliant at what they do. And it's the number of hours that they put into it. And the more hours you put into something, the better you're going to be. And the book talks about all sorts of different concepts and so on. And the minimum number of hours to be brilliant at something is 10,000 hours. I easily have 10,000 hours under my belt. It's for me, it's a no-brainer. I've got that's what I say. I'm always at my desk. I'm always experimenting. I'm always trying something. I'm always researching something. I'm experimenting with things. I'm pushing boundaries. I don't just sit and wait for things to fall in my lap because it doesn't happen like that. So if I'm not happy with something, I will usually then go and research and see, maybe it's the products I'm using. Maybe it's, I don't know, the combination of things. But I don't ever believe that something is lost. So I don't And I think it also comes from my teaching, is because with my students, I've always had to be the one that fixes it. And thank goodness we're on Olga's channel, because my students used to call me the fuck up fix it fairy. That was my nickname, the triple F fairy. And that's because I would have to think on my feet. Somebody would have dropped a brush. Somebody would have gone out the lines. Somebody would have done something where a technique hasn't worked. And we'd have to make it work. And they would rely on me to fix it, to come up with an idea. And sometimes I'd have to actually say to that student, look, let's just stop right here now with this.
Let's make it again from scratch.
Sometimes people have put, like you, they have put hours, weeks, months. And in fact, I had a student who took an entire year just on one painting.
Wow.
You can't then turn around and tell her that, sorry, there's no hope for this. You have to find a way. So I might have to say, I don't have the answer right now. I'll get back to you. Let's put this on one side. Let's start planning your next project, whatever. Let's start doing research on whatever. I will do research on how we can fix this, and we'll move forward from there. So no, I don't always have the answers as they happen. I don't always have the answers right now, but I give myself.
Are you still learning? Are you still learning?
The day I stop learning is the day I hang up my brushes and I walk away.
No, who will fix all my projects? Because, for me, the hardest part is not doing something, because I have a knowledge, I have all the tools, but usually I'm afraid that I will spend a lot of time on engineering something and it will not work out. So every time I just turn the idea in my head until I'm happy with my idea, then I have to call Bellinda and run ideas through her, so she will find all the, it might be a fuck up moment in my project. And when I have the moment that I know that something went wrong, then I will call her to ask how to fix it, because that's the circle that I chat with Teri.
Hearing of a project, and that's your thing. That's kind of your thing.
I not always need help, but I know when I need it, and I know when I'm not capable of fixing it on my own with my way, because my way is just start to poke it with everything that I have, and it will work on some point, but it might work on the point that project is like covered with thick layer of paint and you don't see it at all. So instead of, because she have like limitless knowledge that I can dive into, it's not possible for me right now to be at the same stage. I'm not able to catch up with all the knowledge and all the ways that she have to find around products not being available for a really long time. And I love that circle that I told you about in the morning, because as the person who puts stuff in the YouTube, I do it to inspire people, for them to see it, enjoy it, and take it for a, and do something with it, and then put it out to inspire somebody else, for somebody else to see it and like it. And because we had the conversation about what can be done on the YouTube channel when you are attending classes and you don't want to take off the people's pocket. So using one of the techniques that you use, that you learned on the classes, and giving a shout out, like I learned that on Nunu's Patreon class. Go subscribe to her Patreon, because it's awesome. I will show you what I learned and how I use it. You giving a shout out, and you don't show too much that would take away from her, but you might encourage somebody who is less experienced than you, but they are too scared to dive in deep
And you
because
are,
they
at the same time, you are proving yourself that what you learn, you can do it in not the same project.
Right.
Okay?
because
You did that class with me, the book, the magic book. You don't need to do a book again. You can use the same technique on any other thing and prove to yourself that you can use that technique, those products, to create something completely different and completely amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I really like the circle of inspiration, and I know that I ask everyone about the creative process with the great detail. Sometimes it's like I'm interrogating people.
Here's a
How
good-
you come up with the idea? Because on some point, I know that it will happen because it happens to everyone when you stuck, and then I will dive into those people ideas how to get unstuck.
I took a class with Anna Finnebear, and I don't even think she was doing a journal book. I think it was a regular book, like a book with pages. But her thing was all about the cover, about, designing the cover. So anyway, from that class, I did a journal, like a spiral journal to write in. No, I did it to one of my art journals first. But then I enjoyed it, and I did it for somebody. Oh, my aunt. My aunt's birthday is Christmas Eve. And she's in New York, and she's an older woman, obviously. And so I made her a journal with just writing paper in it. And I really, really enjoyed it. And honestly, that what I learned with Anna, this is one of the first times that I've done like maybe 3 since then, different ones. And there must be something about that that I like, because creating a composition on the top of that journal book, the cover, is comfortable for me now. Whereas sometimes I can do something else, like a box, and I'm like, I don't know what to put on the top of it. But I think I'm a giver by nature. All my life, it's just who I am. It's just
I would agree. People, if you don't know, Terry is
no. I
subscribed to
I
everyone, and she supports everyone
and
however
I
she can.
truly, I will give. It's just part of my spirit, I guess. And so maybe it's something to do with the fact that I know I'm making that book for someone else. And because of that, the compositions that I made for my aunt had me make one for her friend. My sister wanted one. And so I have one. Actually, I haven't finished my sister's yet.
She didn't see it. I was sneaky.
Well, it's like in the crazy stage. It's in that stage.
Oh, it's awesome.
But my sister, what I've been enjoying is, like, I asked my aunt, well, what is your friend like? And her friend liked hats, and she sewed. She's an older lady that sewed. And so it's become a little thing where I'll find elements
That means something.
like my sister is in love with giraffes. Can you see the giraffe over there?
Mm-hmm.
And my
Yes.
sister likes to knit. So you see that element there, that the little
Okay, you know that's what makes it
something about,
special and yours.
yeah, and there's something about knowing, I guess, knowing that I'm making it for someone, and knowing that I'm putting something in it that will mean something to that person. Maybe that makes it easier for me to create. Maybe because my spirit, because I like to give. And
You
honestly,
missed the comment. Wait, I will find who said it. Or maybe
really,
I will not. But somebody said that, oh yeah, Elizabeth said that maybe that's your inner voice to create stuff, because obviously, for me, it's always easier and harder at the same time to do something for someone if I know the person, because that's why I get into handmade stuff, that I can customize it. And yeah, then we're reaching the point when, I need a card for the priest that loves cucumbers and he's fascinated by tractors. So I need all of those elements on the card. And
I don't know.
That's a challenge.
That I'm making it for somebody. Maybe that touches my spirit in a certain way. I don't think I care whether they actually like it or not, to be honest. I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think it's the fact that knowing that I'm making it for somebody might have something to do with something. I don't know. So
self-approval is the hardest one to get, at least for me. Like, getting okay from me for my own work is the hardest for me to do, because I will show my stuff to Belinda when it's work in progress, and every time she's like, oh, it looks so amazing, and I'm like, yeah, thanks, that's not helping at all. I don't think it's amazing. It's not helpful. I was hoping that I will show you and you will see the thing that I'm missing from starting on the project. And she's like, oh, it looks so fab. Oh, thanks, not helpful at all. I was hoping
I
that
think there's a difference when you show something to me and I don't know that you're struggling with it and I think it's fabulous. But then there are times when you'll send me something, a photograph of something, or you'll show me something when we're allowed to meet in person. And you'll say, I'm really struggling with it. And I'll ask you, what do you think you're struggling with it? What, because sometimes you have an idea that that something's out of balance or something's not.
It's in even numbers. Yeah, we have
we
to
won't go down that rabbit hole.
All
but
the colors, all the colors, all the elements.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you have caused me to count a lot of things lately. But what I'm saying is sometimes fresh set of eyes. If you're not happy with something, and it's not because you've done the technique wrong or whatever, you just can't put your finger on it. Sometimes to show somebody else often helps, and a fresh set of eyes. I still do that for one of my Cape Town students. She will send me. She does commissions of the most beautiful animal drawings, people's pets, horses, wildlife. And she'll often send me, before she signs it off, she'll send it to me and for my opinion. And sometimes I think it's fine, but then I'll sometimes say, can I see your reference photographs? Because sometimes she's working from quite a few different reference photographs of the one dog, and she's trying to pull the best of everything. And I will have a look at what she's done. And because of my years of experience, I'll go, you slightly out with this, or you need more shadow there, or you need it's sometimes just the tiniest little tweaks that something needs for it to just feel like it's falling into place. And sometimes you just need somebody else's fresh eyes, because quite honestly, we sit at our desk for hours and hours and hours working on the same thing, and eventually you can't see the wood for the trees. And that was something that we had at my studio. My art studio for the last 10 years was at my mother's house. And we used to call her the highest critic. And we used to call in the highest critic when we thought we were nearly finished, because even me as the art teacher, sometimes because I'd been working on the project so closely with the student, I eventually couldn't see something quite blatant sometimes. And my mom would look at it and go, is that meant to be whatever? And we'd go, oh, no. And we'd fix it. And ta-da, the whole thing would just fall into place. So sometimes just having a fresh set of eyes on something also helps. But to be, and that's where one has to be careful, because, we're also sensitive to something that we've made. It's like I often say it's the same as especially as women, we understand if you've had children, it's like you've created this child and you've given birth to this artwork. It's like been 9 months in the making, and then somebody criticizes it, trying to help, but we can often take it badly. So sometimes being open to help is also a good thing.
I don't know. For me, nobody can say anything about my piece that I didn't thought about it. So if it's out there for everyone to see, that means I'm happy with it, or at least content.
Right.
And
Else you wouldn't have put it out there.
it's like with the thumbs up
But
and
you don't
thumbs
have to
up.
put your stuff in public.
Yeah, I know that I don't have to, but
No, I'm not talking about you and me and Nuneka. We have to put our stuff out there in public because
not
that's
all of them. You would not
that's
like
the other
me to
thing.
put everything that I do on public. I would not like to put stuff on public. If it's emotional, have a meaning for me, it's very deep, nobody will see it because it's
Yes, but I
mine.
think
For
that's also
myself.
everybody. Like that's the other thing. Just because people are creative doesn't mean that you have to put it on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Not everything has to go on social media.
Yeah, the
Exactly.
truth is, if you want to be on social media, you have
Yes.
to grow a little thicker skin because I'm unbothered. Seriously, nobody can say anything to me that I didn't thought. Like regarding my looks, my artworks, absolutely anything that you can see out there. It's always a thought process behind it, and I'm always thinking if I want to leave the house like that, if I want to put it out there, because if I don't want to, even if I have to, I prefer to say like I fucked up. I didn't make, or I just couldn't come up with the project. I
Not
prefer to.
everything has to be Pinterest worthy. I love
Yeah,
those
but
Pinterest fails. Those are my best.
I prefer to like not meet my deadline and like take the consequences than put something that I'm not happy with out there. Because I'm putting stuff out there to inspire people to in any way. I don't care if you like it or you hate it. If it do something, my job is done. I just want people to react. I want them to be a part of this creative circle when we uh, show stuff, inspire each other, because all those hubs and stuff that are ongoing, they are always an experience for me, and I always learn something, even if the technique, the style is not mine. And it's okay, not everything have to be up to my liking. Not everyone have to put the score on their project, though they could, and all the projects would benefit from something dead on them, in my personal opinion. But I can still learn from the process. Like I was struggling with signing up for Finabar class, and then Belinda said like, because I felt like I know the technique, and she was like, yeah, but you don't know the experience because you're always teaching the class, so put your name there, stupid
Down and
head,
enjoy
and
taking
just go
class.
for the class. And I still regret that I didn't sign up for whole weekend, because yes, I know the product, yes, I knew the technique, but I use it differently, and I still had fun on classes. Though my project is still like almost finished, it's representable. I could post it, but I feel that it's still not finished. But still, I had great time. I learned heap of things when I thought that, oh my God, how many things you can tell me about wax? I'm using that for extended amount of time. I know everything, and it turns that maybe
No,
not.
no. You must never think that. One never knows everything. Never ever.
Yeah, but
Never.
I often get
Belinda, is
cocky
there
about
one
it.
thing that you really like to do? Like, I mean, I know you love magicals, Nunu.
Yeah.
You like using them in your projects.
Yeah.
But is there, do you have one thing that you
Yeah, I can tell you, I have my kryptonite. I cannot use because I hate it. chalk paint. No, it's not for me. I don't like it. It's so boring, so flat, so dull, so bleh. No.
What? I'm sorry.
Chalk
But
paint.
Oh,
I tell you something. I am this kind of person that when I find something that I don't like or I don't know how to do, I need to learn how to do it and how to do it very well. So I
Do
think
not
that's
use it, but still can say like, I really don't like it. I know how it works. I know what it does, but I just don't like it.
exactly. You know, like I didn't like vintage projects, all those kind of antique thing.
Personally,
So I
neither.
said, okay, I need to learn how to do it. I learned how to do it. I think I mastered how to do it. Now I can say, I like it from time to time.
Everything has its
I
place.
thought that the point.
and,
I
and
thought that the finishing line will be like, and now I love it. And now I like it time to time.
yeah.
Such a Nunu quote.
And the one time you did a flip through of an art journal that you had, and I liked everything in there, but I remember saying, "Oh well, I didn't know she did stuff like that." You know, because I guess maybe that's something you do on your when you have time,
So a
when
lot of
you're building something.
there's not many things that I haven't done and I haven't tried, to be honest. There's certain things that I'm just not attracted to, like for example, quilling or what's that
Flowers.
other one when you work
Flowers.
with the
Flowers.
I love flowers. I have a whole box of them. But whenever I put them on my project, I take them off again and slap a gear on
You
it.
just don't use them. You have the whole box. You just don't use them. They are
I just don't
beautiful in
use
that
them.
box.
Never use them.
I love them. I just don't use them. Actually, no. I have been using flowers on my projects. If you go look back the last 6 months, there've been lots of flowers. But it's
Yeah, but before that, it was a rocky road to get to the point when you put one flower on the project.
I think the thing is, Teri, if you going through my my albums, my art journals, a lot of the things that you will have seen will have been classes that I taught in South Africa. And when I teach, I like to teach a different technique because very often I would have like a core set of students who would come to every class. So I couldn't be rehashing the same thing just with different colors or different stamps or different
Right.
papers. And I felt, people are paying for my time. I want them to walk away with some knowledge that they can use, much like why you go to do all these classes online, in person, and so on. So a lot of those pages were using different products, whether it's the crayons or the oxides or the inks or so because I love the technical stuff, a lot of my classes are always based around technique. So it's different ways to use the same product. And as I said to you before, if I'm buying products for myself, I want to buy a embossing folder that will fit a die that I already have. They don't have to be by the same company, but they have to do more than just emboss pieces of paper or die cut the same things all the time.
Right.
I like my products to be
Pulse related.
yeah.
More functional or something.
Yes. So yes. So I think because I teach, I'm pushed to think out of the box because I can't do the same old all the time. And I think that's the difference. I push myself constantly to do different things, try different things, make different things, even if it's just in a journal. Because in South Africa, where I taught on weekends, every weekend I was at a different shop, and I didn't teach the same thing at other shops. So I would do art journaling at one shop. I would do tags and techniques at another shop. I would do mixed media at another shop. Because I had, again, all the same people coming with me, following me to all the different stores. So at each place, I needed to do something different. And that in itself pushes me as a creative to again research, learn, try, adapt. And I think I've been forced down that road because I'm a teacher. And I think if you're just sitting at home, you don't necessarily have that behind you pushing you. So I have perhaps grown a bit faster than somebody who is doing it as a hobby.
Right.
But also, you dip your toes in almost everything, and I hate to think about the age difference, but you have so much experience, and I really appreciate to be able to like dive in your head time to time, because it would take years for me to learn it on my own. The thing that I can just ask you and you can just tell me, because I like your students called you the master of fixing funky fuck-ups or something like that. A lot of
Fuck-ups, fix it, fairy. Get it right, girl.
Yes. Maybe one time, like with those things. I still don't remember the name. Perfect.
Alliteration.
The thing that goes under the ship. The thing that makes
propeller.
Yeah, I will never remember that word. Yeah, it's so hard for me to pronounce propeller. When she say it, then I remember for one day, maybe a couple hours, 15 minutes for sure.
Max.
And then I will forget. But with like product knowledge, with the fact what you can do with the paints, how you can extend them and how you can stretch stuff. I really, really appreciate the amount of knowledge that you have and you share with everyone, because on all those YouTube hops, on each step, on each stop, on each hop, I will see something. Like I was convinced that those fucking magicals are not for me because I was hating that product so badly, and now I have like whole box of them because I watch Nunu use them, and I'm like, oh my god, it looks so bomb. I have to know how to use them. If you have Nunu magicals, then I'm like secretly hating you right now. A little bit.
No.
In a friendly way.
No. Wait. Wait, no, right?
It's giving you that look.
Does it have a name on?
By the way, everyone who are too sensitive on the chat, I was joking. Nobody hates anyone here. The hate is not allowed.
No, today is the first day that I heard about you having some colors. Are they out already?
Yeah, since yesterday, and on Sunday, Nunu had the food.
Okay.
Am I correct? On Sunday, you are live on Lindy's channel, and we have lunch party for your live.
Yeah.
Yes, no?
We have lunch party with some surprises and some fun. I can tell you.
I missed something on Sunday?
Yes.
Yeah.
And nobody texted me or said, get your ass in here, and nobody did anything.
You had the invitation to the event when I was.
It's still coming.
Mine, I saw you, and I'm the last person who gets notifications about anything. Usually, Facebook is letting me know, like, somebody tagged you in the picture 2 months ago. Maybe you want to see it.
I'm feeling very left out. I'm feeling
Oh, my fault. Oh, my fault.
Yeah, so talking about stuff that are coming up, because the topic, I think it's a cool topic, and I would like to tackle it again and again, because the topics of finding your inner voice and the topics regarding our community, how we
Talk up, we can't hear you, Teri. She's got the matters.
What's the name of your collection, please? Nunu.
Outer Space.
And there is a green in that.
Outer
Space? Awesome green.
No.
Yeah, no, green. Green, like green. like scary green color is
I,
there, and it looks awesome.
I can't wait to get them. Oh my
Wait, Nunu is looking.
God.
Look, look, look at this scary green.
Yeah, no, I wasn't there, right? No.
No,
No, it's
but
still coming.
okay, listen, Teri, because I'm not worried. You are kidding, right?
I'm kidding about what?
About you didn't know about this.
No, I did not.
The
Come
party
on.
is this Sunday. It's still coming.
No, but the first people to know were my Patreons. Where were you?
I don't
I
know.
was
That's what I'm saying.
I told
Apparently
everything.
not in the place that she's supposed to be. Wait, I will put the link right now because I just realized that I can
I
put the
feel
link.
so bad right now.
You did something this past Sunday.
No, it's coming.
No, it's just coming. It's coming. Don't
You haven't
panic
missed
yet.
it. It's
No,
still coming.
It's coming. I made something last
Oh, okay.
weekend for my Patreons.
Breathe,
I told
Teri,
you I was
breathe.
alone,
I'm like,
and
what?
I
How
was
did this
being
happen?
so sad, and I was being
Okay,
so bad that I
so
couldn't believe it was true.
here is the link to the event, and you can click on the notifications on Facebook, and they will tell you
Yeah,
when the
I
event
shared,
is happening. It
The
I
should
shared about
be
the
for
party
color
yesterday.
charts, right?
No,
and I will
I
put stuff in the description for everyone,
I shared
including Terry.
about the part. I shared it for the first time with everybody yesterday. I couldn't do it before the launching, and launching was yesterday. But my patrons have advanced access to those stuff and the
I have
automate
your
and the
code.
live
Oh my god,
stream
I forgot.
for
Did I?
you people. And Teddy, please don't be so sad because you are very important to me, and I feel so bad that you didn't know I'm coming with these colors.
Congratulations. Oh my
Terry,
God. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of all
no
of
my god, you are not crying right now. Okay,
you.
wait,
I'm proud.
let's hold on because
I'm
we
so
will have
proud
a
of
mess.
you.
I will laugh and I will look like the horrible person. Nunu
Yeah,
is not crying. Terry, it's not your fault. The Facebook is an asshole and
No,
he's hiding the
no,
info.
it's on me. I read this post or I looked at the post because I texted you. I DM'd you or something. Didn't I? Didn't I ask you something about what paper you gesso your paper before you
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I
You,
did read a post because you said you would, that you were making the color chart available or something. But I don't
yeah.
think I caught the part about
Just to make you a little bit
Okay.
more guilty.
no,
I
this
think you were reading super fast because
what I'm
in my
reading just
two
says tomorrow
in
is
my
the big day. Tomorrow outer space line is landing at Lindy's. I just thought it was a new color line. I didn't know it was your color line.
I'm so sorry.
So you missed yesterday.
Read that.
Basically, Terry, it's not so bad. You missed just yesterday. Facebook made me miss Lady Vagabond lunch day when I was on the team. That that was cool. I missed
True
Belinda's
story.
lunch
I'm
day,
like,
like
where's
whole
Olga?
day. Whole day, everyone is screaming about it, and I don't see anything. A single post.
That was funny.
I recorded me scrolling on Facebook. And it took a lot of scrolling to get to the point when everyone is screaming about Lady Vagabond. And those are all my friends. I follow them on Facebook. How it happened, no one knows. It's the greatest mystery of them all. You can refill my glass and don't show up because we are still live. And yeah, don't go into frame. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Those colors look beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, even the green is awesome. Okay, so at the end, because I think that we will pick up the topic time to time. Artist blogs are always and the conversations between like the real ones. What do you do when you feel like shit? Why you are your harshest critic, because as
Yeah.
much as I know that you have to put yourself out there, when I feel that my thing is not good enough, nobody will convince me that it's great. When I feel like that it's crap, it's
Yeah.
just
So, wow.
oh, thank you.
I'm so
Yes.
excited.
So
It's like I can't. That is
I
great.
will let you to say goodbyes, and before we will go, I will roll two things. One will be the Lady Vagabond Hope that it's going on, and the other one will be the classes that I'm attending at the end of the month, and I'm excited because it doesn't happen a lot when I attend the class.
All right, ladies. Well, I'll be getting back to work now. You guys will create something.
Oh yeah, because you are on the because you are on
Like
the
2
work
hours.
break. But it's justified work break because it was important. It was important.
Well, thanks for inviting me on here, and it was nice discussing what our voice is and what it means and who we are and what we do. And yeah, I'm
It was
fine.
good.
I'm
I
fine.
just
And
before okay.
before we go, I want to say something. Teddy, I think you are super brave because you put that topic outside and everybody is feeling like that and nobody tells.
Listen, I'll talk about anything. I don't care.
That's why I think you should have a YouTube channel or at least a podcast that you can talk to people, because there is something in your voice and personality. I cannot put my finger on it like precisely, but you are one crazy local lady. From what I know about you, you you are really a little bit on the crazy side, but still, when you speak and when you say stuff, they just resonate with me in totally different way.
Girl, that touches my heart. Thank you.
Because often you have to just hear stuff said out loud in the very precise form to get the thing. At least for me, it works like that. I might be stupid, but I doubt it. It's just the
Well,
way that message is delivered.
eventually, if I keep thinking about it and talking about it, something will happen eventually, I guess.
And we'll all be here to help you get it going.
And we have those hopes going on, and we always look for new participants. So
All right, ladies, I gotta go.
Thanks,
Me too.
guys. That was fun.
I'll see you this weekend somewhere, right?
yeah, I will put the adverts, and then we will be gone and see you hopefully soon, because my schedule is crazy.
Bye.
Bye.
I totally forgot. All the links will be in the description box. Like and subscribe, and check out the description box tomorrow when I will update that. And bye.